Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for being here this evening. I'm Nolan Correa. I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Support Services. I want to talk to you a little bit about major projects and priority one items this evening. If you take a look at it, I don't envy your task. If you take a look at this first sheet that we've provided you, one of the things we're going to talk about, if you just look at major project items under architectural, you can see that's about $726 million. And if our budget is to get to about $600 million, we got some work to do. But there are a couple of major projects that I do want to bring to your attention this evening. If you never got an opportunity to see pictures, I want to show you a picture of what the K Park Kingwood High School barns look like after Hurricane Hardin. There are 4 separate buildings that are out there. They're all 2x6 construction, and they were under about 12 feet of water. And so, although we shored them up for this year, they really need to be replaced. So one of the things I'm presenting to you this evening as a major project, and I'd like for your consideration, you have the handout, is about a $5.2 million rebuild of the Kingwood High School barns. This is not for land. We do have to relocate them, but this is not for that. This is just for the rebuild of those barns, which would provide both those schools state-of-the-art facilities to run a great agricultural program. The other one I'd like you to take a look at is the Northern Transportation Center. What we'd like to do is put a transportation center north of 1960. This would better give us the opportunity to more efficiently serve the northern, I think it's on the backside, the northern half of our district. Would put a fuel station up there, give us a location to park about 150 of our buses up there, give us about 175 parking slots for bus drivers and employees that would work up there, and make sure that we cost effectively could serve the northern part of our district. So we'd really like you to consider that. It's about a $15.9 million price tag to build that facility. Right now we do not have that. Yeah, right now we do not have that property located up there yet. We'd have to look at that. Yeah, not in a flood area. Absolutely. Good point.
It will be in the north part.
Good point. It will be in the northern part of the district. Okay, thank you. Mr. Kendrick.
Yes, I'm Kenny Kendrick. I'm the facilities director for the school district, and my items are our replacement items just to keep our schools up and running. One of the biggest items that we have are chillers, and here's some chillers that we put in this past summer at Jack Fields Elementary, and we got them all back up and running and good in go shape. We also did the cooling tower here at this campus. Keep the building nice and cold.
Yeah, it's warming.
Well, good.
But the air's been out for about half
I know. I got him over here. He loves cold. We also have many of our control systems in the district control our air conditioning and parking lot lighting they're basically outdated. And this is an air compressor that presently runs some of those type controls at many schools, including Creekwood Middle, that we can't even buy the parts for these things anymore, and it makes the school very uncomfortable because we can't even get the parts to replace them. We also do our energy efficient roofing systems. We did a roof this past summer at Kingwood Park High. This one here was on the maintenance center, and they're the white roofs that reflect the sunlight and help us with our energy bills. That's another thing that we do. We also have some of the buildings that are settling. And in the settling, not only does it create a problem with doors not opening, but they pop the windows like this one and create condensation between the 2 panes of glass, and which causes the water to get in these metal frames and rust out, and then it starts getting the carpet wet and everything else wet. And these are some other architectural type things that'll be in that bond. From a safety aspect, we're doing access control. We have an access control schedule, and right here, that little black box right there near the door, you'll scan your name badge like I have, and it'll let you in the building. And so we're adding those, and we're replacing the old battery-operated ones.
Where's that going to go? What buildings are you talking about?
We're doing all the elementaries right now, and we're starting on middle schools
Okay.
right now. We also, for the handicap, here's a handicap accessible button, and we've been adding a few of these, and we're going to do it district-wide. To hopefully be able to, so all of our schools will have access points for our handicapped people in wheelchairs. We have many schools now that don't. We have a few of them that do. I know that we have a bunch of them that don't. Okay.
All right. So I'm Dustin Hardin. I'm the Executive Director of Technology for the school district. I've given you a technology plan. Did you get this one? Okay, good. So this technology plan actually sits outside of the rest of the campus priorities. So the campuses have some technology needs on the campus. This is a bit higher level. As an example, the first line item is data center upgrades and Harvey recovery. If you're not aware, our ISC building that got destroyed, on the first floor of that was a data center. I'm not sure who built a data center next to a lake, but we won't worry about that. It got destroyed, and we almost lost quite a bit of student data, payroll, employee data. We almost lost all of that. Thankfully, we didn't. It was backed up to a secondary location, which is at the administration building, which also almost got flooded. So we want to make sure we become a little more resilient with our servers, with those server rooms, so that I don't lose more hair next time we have a hurricane or another natural disaster. Kind of going on to the next line item as well, all the campuses right now, if the power goes out, they lose phones in the classroom. So if there was an emergency going on, they couldn't call 911, they couldn't call anybody. It's kind of a security issue. What this next item does is basically make sure that all those rooms are generator power, so that if the power goes out, they can still dial 911 or do what they need to do. A lot of the other line items on here are just upgrades as things are getting outdated. And the last two line items are things for the actual classroom. Device replacement, library computer replacements, things for innovation so curriculum can use. It's all lined out there. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email any of us. And we have about 40 seconds left. If you have any major questions for any of the three of us.
Land, is there money to be able to buy the land for the ag farm?
Yes, as soon as we get a ballpark figure of what we're looking at, we'll put these in here as well.
It'll be in this bond, or is there any left over from the last?
If we can get it into this one, we'll try and get it into this one.
How many students are in the ag, how many students take part of this?
And Kingwood High, Marley was just here. I know they had something like 100 sheep just moved in when we got them ready to go. They have a lot of kids that participate in
Do you
that.
have any idea when that land is going to